stop. Before anything else, I need to tell you something that banks, lenders, and the entire credit system definitely do not want you to know. There is a simple set of rules that separates those who build wealth from those who work their entire lives and never get there. These rules are not taught in school, they are not in the contracts you sign, and they do not appear in bank advertisements. I'm going to give you these rules completely in the next 15 minutes, for free, no fluff. But you need to stay until the end because the most expensive mistake you can make is in the part that most people quit before reaching. If nobody ever taught you how money really works, it is not your fault. But from this point forward, it is your responsibility to change that. Most Americans earn money their entire lives and never learn the basic rules that separate those who build wealth from those who simply survive. Today, I am going to change that. I am going to give you the real tools that actually work. Not academic theory, but strategies you can apply as early as this week. Let us start with the most important truth about money. It is not how much you earn that determines your wealth. It is the difference between what you earn and what you spend. There are Americans earning $200,000 a year who are completely broke, and others earning $60,000 who are building real wealth every single month. The difference is not luck, not inheritance, and not education. It is a set of habits and systems that anyone can learn and implement, and it starts with a budget. I know the word budget sounds boring, but a budget is not a prison. It is the map that shows you exactly where your money is going before it disappears. The most effective and simplest budgeting method that exists is called 50-20-30. 50% for your needs, 30% for your wants, and 20% for savings and investment. 50% for needs, rent or mortgage, bills, food, transportation, everything you need to live. Nothing else goes in this category. 30% for wants, restaurants, entertainment, travel, clothes, everything that makes life enjoyable. This money exists to be spent without guilt. And 20% for savings and investment. This is the number that is going to change your life. This 20% is where wealth actually starts to be built. If you earn $5,000 a month, $1,000 every month goes directly toward your future. In 10 years, with average market returns, that habit is worth more than $150,000. But before investing a single cent, there is a step that most people skip and pay dearly for: the emergency fund. An emergency fund is money kept in an easily accessible account equivalent to 3 to 6 months of your fixed expenses. It is the difference between an inconvenience and a financial catastrophe. Your car breaks down, you lose your job, you have a medical emergency. Without an emergency fund, these situations turn into credit card debt at 25% interest per year. With an emergency fund, those same situations are just inconveniences that you handle without stress and without derailing your long-term financial progress. Now let us talk about the biggest wealth destroyer for the American middle class: credit card debt. You are receiving for free what a financial advisor would charge a lot to teach you. The return I am asking for is $0, just a like and a subscription. That is the best cost-benefit ratio of your day. The average American carries around $6,000 in credit card debt. At 22% interest per year, that debt costs more than $1,300 per year in pure interest. $1,300 per year in interest that buys nothing, builds nothing, and generates zero return. It is money that simply disappears and makes the bank richer. The fastest strategy to eliminate credit card debt is called the avalanche method. You list all your debts from the highest interest rate to the lowest and attack the most expensive one first. You pay the minimum on all other debts and put every extra dollar toward the highest interest debt. When it hits zero, you take all that money and attack the next one on the list. Mathematically, the avalanche method is the most efficient. It minimizes total interest paid and reduces the time it takes to eliminate all your debts. Numbers do not lie. There is another method called the snowball that starts with the smallest debt regardless of interest rate. It is psychologically more motivating because you see quick wins right from the beginning. Which one you use depends on you. The best method is the one you will actually execute. Consistency beats mathematical optimization when it comes to human behavior. Now that we talked about eliminating debt, let us talk about something much more exciting. How to make your money grow automatically while you live your life. The most powerful investment vehicle available to the average American is not an individual stock, not cryptocurrency, and not real estate. It is your employer's 401k plan. If your employer offers a 401k match and you are not contributing enough to capture that full match, you are literally leaving free money on the table every single month. If your employer matches up to 3% of your salary and you contribute 3%, you have immediately doubled your return before any market appreciation at all. After the 401k with the full match captured, the next destination for your money should be an IRA account, individual retirement account. You can contribute up to $7,000 per year. The Roth IRA is especially powerful for those still building wealth. You invest after tax money, and all the growth and withdrawals in retirement are completely tax-free. Think about that for a second. Money that grows for decades, and when you withdraw it in retirement, you do not pay a single cent in taxes. It is the gift the American government gave you, and most people ignore it completely. Now let us talk about where to invest inside these accounts, and the answer is going to surprise you with its absolute simplicity. Most people spend hours trying to pick individual stocks to beat the market. And most professional fund managers with entire teams also cannot do that consistently. The most effective and proven solution for the average investor is the index fund, a fund that simply buys all the largest companies in the American market at once. An S&P 500 index fund buys the 500 largest American companies: Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Google. All of them. When the American economy grows, you grow with it. Historically, the S&P 500 has returned an average of 10% per year over the last 50 years. With the extremely low fees of index funds, most of that return goes directly into your pocket. Now let us move to one of the most powerful saving strategies that exists and that very few people use: complete financial automation. The idea is simple and transformative. On the day you receive your paycheck, before you see a single cent, the money has already been automatically distributed to where it needs to go. 20% goes automatically to investments and savings before you have a chance to spend it. What you do not see, you do not spend. And what you invest automatically, you never miss. Automation removes the need for willpower. And willpower is a limited resource that runs out throughout the day. Automatic systems work every single day without depending on motivation. Now let us move to something that will save you hundreds or even thousands of dollars per year: the subscription and recurring expense audit. The average American has between 8 and 12 active subscriptions: streaming, apps, gyms, software. A recent study showed that most people underestimate this expense by more than $100 per month. $100 per month that you do not even feel leaving. But $100 per month invested in an index fund for 20 years at 10% per year turns into $76,000. So here is the exercise you're going to do this week. Open your bank statement and credit card and list every single automatic charge. Every one. No exceptions. For each subscription, ask yourself one honest question. Did you use this at least 3 times in the last month? If the answer is no, cancel it right now. Do not think, do not procrastinate. Cancel. Now let us talk about a strategy that can reduce one of your biggest fixed expenses: car insurance, health insurance, or home insurance. Most people never negotiate these. Insurance is one of the most competitive markets in the United States, and loyalty is not rewarded. In fact, insurers frequently charge more to existing customers than to new ones. Once a year, every time your insurance is up for renewal, you call at least 3 competing insurers and ask for a quote. Then you call your current one and ask them to match it. In most cases, they will lower the price to keep you as a customer. That 30-minute call can save you anywhere from $300 to $1,000 per year on insurance alone. Applying that same logic to your health insurance during open enrollment, your cell phone plan, and your internet service, you can easily save $2,000 per year on fixed bills. $2,000 per year. That is more than $160 per month that can go directly into your emergency fund or your 401k and Roth IRA investments. Now let us get into the topic that divides people most when it comes to personal finance. Buy or rent a home. And the right answer will depend entirely on your specific situation. The narrative that renting is throwing money away is false and oversimplified. Renting can be the financially smartest decision depending on the market where you live and your current stage of life. The general rule is this: if you plan to stay in the same city for at least 5 to 7 years and have 20% for a down payment without touching your emergency fund, buying makes sense. But if you are in an expensive city like New York, San Francisco, or Miami, where the purchase price is 30 times the annual rent, renting and investing the difference often generates more wealth than buying. The price-to-rent ratio rule is simple. Divide the purchase price of the home by the equivalent annual rent. If the result is greater than 20, renting and investing tends to be more financially efficient. Now let us move to a strategy that will reduce the taxes you pay and increase the money available to invest. Tax optimization for individuals. Most Americans pay more taxes than they need simply because they do not know the deductions and credits available to them. The IRS is not going to call you to tell you what you can deduct. If you work from home, even partially, a portion of your rent or mortgage, internet, and office supplies may be deductible. Consulting a CPA can pay for itself many times over in the first year alone. HSA contributions are triple tax advantaged. You deduct on the way in, it grows tax-free, and you withdraw tax-free if used for health care. It is more efficient than even the Roth IRA from a tax standpoint. Now let us talk about something that directly affects how much you pay for everything: your credit score. And there are simple strategies to improve it quickly. Your credit score determines the interest rate you pay on your mortgage, your car loan, and virtually any credit you apply for. The difference between a score of 620 and 760 can cost you tens of thousands of dollars over your lifetime. The most important factor in your credit score is your utilization rate. How much of your available credit limit you are actually using. Keep it below 30% on each individual card. If you have a $10,000 limit on a card, keep the balance below $3,000. Paying the full balance every month automatically keeps your utilization low and your score rises. Never close old credit cards, even if you no longer use them. The average age of your accounts is one of the factors in your score, and closing an old card can reduce your score immediately. Now let us talk about an area that few people consider when thinking about personal finance, but that has one of the biggest impacts on long-term wealth. Investing in yourself. Every skill that increases your earning potential has the highest possible return on investment. A course that costs $1,000 and increases your salary by $10,000 per year has a return of 1,000%. No index fund, no stock, no real estate is going to deliver a 1,000% return in a single year. The greatest asset you own is your ability to generate income, and it can be expanded intentionally. Investing in professional certifications, communication skills, leadership and strategic networking are ways to increase income that pay off in months, not decades. Now let us talk about the saving strategy that generates the most results in the least amount of time. Cutting your 3 biggest expenses. For most Americans, the 3 biggest expenses are housing, transportation, and food. Optimizing these 3 categories has 10 times more impact than giving up expensive coffee. On housing, consider whether you are actually using all the space you are paying for. Moving to a smaller place even for just a few years can free up hundreds of dollars per month immediately. On transportation, the second car is frequently the biggest financial waste for American families. Purchase cost, financing, insurance, maintenance, gas and parking can add up to $1,000 per month. On food, Cooking at home 5 days a week versus eating out 5 days a week can represent savings of $800 to $1,200 per month for a family of 4. I am not asking you to live like a monk. I am asking you to make conscious choices on the big expenses so you can live abundantly on the small ones and invest enough to truly transform your life. Now let us put together the complete plan. 7 steps for you to implement over the next 90 days and completely transform your financial situation. Step 1. In the next 7 days, calculate your monthly net income and list absolutely every single expense. You need to know exactly where you are before you can know where you are going. Step 2. Set up the 50-20-30 system at your bank. Open a separate account just for investments and set up an automatic transfer on payday. Automation first. Step 3. If you have credit card debt with interest above 15%, list all of it and start the avalanche or snowball method this week, not next month, this week. Step 4. Build your emergency fund. If you have none at all, start with $1,000 as your immediate goal. Then work toward 3 months of expenses, one step at a time. Step 5. Maximize your 401k contribution, at least enough to capture your employer's full match. If you are not doing this yet, you are leaving part of your salary on the table every single month. Step 6. Open a Roth IRA if you do not have one yet. 5 minutes on the website of a brokerage like Fidelity or Vanguard. Set up a monthly automatic contribution of any amount. Just start. Step 7. Once a year, audit your insurance policies, subscriptions, and fixed bills. Set aside 2 hours for this task and treat it as an investment that pays $2,000 to $3,000 per hour of your time. These 7 steps implemented consistently over 90 days will create a financial foundation that most Americans will never have. Not because of lack of income, because of lack of system. I want to tell you something important before we finish. Personal finance is not about deprivation. It is about intention. It is about consciously deciding what matters to you and allocating your resources accordingly. The penthouse, the car, the trips. None of that came from inheritance or luck. It came from consistent decisions and a system that worked even when motivation was not present. And most importantly, you do not need to be rich to start. You need to start to have any chance of becoming rich. The order matters and it starts today. If this content made sense to you, the like is the smallest trade you can make. And if you want to keep receiving what schools never taught about money, the subscribe button is right there waiting for you.